Just got this in today, and I don't know what to think of it. It's either a gimmick or a lifesaver. You ever seen anything like this? Has this groove here, flashlight, and then this end with a very sharp point. Fits in the hand pretty comfortable. I guess if you carried it around, people wouldn't mess with you. 7 inches long, 4.5, 11 centimeters, and 18 centimeters. It's a multi-tool, so let's take it outside and give it a test run. It has 2 positions, here and here. I'm going to put all my weight on it. Now you can use the steering wheel also, and then it comes right out. Now when I'm leaving, getting out of the car, I probably want it right here. Not bad. Now let's go do the other side and see how it goes on that one. This is an unsponsored review. Just doing this to help out people that maybe need something like this and not really sure and whether or not this is a good investment. I did buy this for a couple people. I found it on Amazon for around $10, and they're kind of waiting for this video to see how they're going to use it and whether or not it's any good. Going into here as a handle, you turn the light on. I guess if it's dark it's okay, but I don't like that turning it on all the time, daytime, whatever. It's in there nice and firm. It's going into the little hook that the door goes into. So from that standpoint, pretty good. And it's got these little different edges on it, so it should be able to fit in pretty much every car you can think of. This side you don't have the advantage of the steering wheel. So you're gonna have to back in, but then you can push off and get inside like that. Again, handle comes right out. Put it there for when you're ready to get out. Now if you're going to get out, okay, let's try with the handle perpendicular to the car. I feel like that's overextending my arm a little bit. This seems to be a little more favorable position. Both going out and going in. Pretty stable. So let's go and try the other factors, like the cutting of the seatbelt. This is the test I'm most interested in because it's got a fairly sharp blade. It's inlaid right there. And I'm only going to get one shot at this. This is not my real seatbelt, but it is a comparable thickness and style of nylon. Actually, it's off of a kid's car seat. But I've got it strapped down as if it was real, and I'm holding it in place. And now I'm just going to come in here and try to cut this nylon strap with the sharp blade. Let's see. I guess I want to come up this way, down that way. How easy is this? I'm making it through. Now the problem is, this is also going down into your stomach. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust it up here and reshoot, but I'm going to bring the strap underneath this and see if that makes a difference. I think it's safer that way. So you're holding on to this, trying to get that seatbelt off. Okay, remember you're going to be under pressure. Wow. How quickly could you get out of this? So this is bad because it's up pointed towards your eye. So part of figuring this out is the technique. It doesn't come with any instructions. Okay, so I've done some damage there. I almost got through on this. So let's see if I can just get through on the area where I've already cut. Man, not easy at all. See, I don't like this. I don't like this. The only way you can do it is like out like this. And then hope that you're not going to drive that in after you cut through the belt into your leg or anywhere other vital place. If this is made for somebody that has mobility issues, they're probably not the strongest person in the world. I'm in pretty good shape and I can lift a good bit of pounds. You're sawing at this. Still not through. You know, this nylon that they use for seat belts is tough for a reason, so that it doesn't break in an accident. Making progress, but we're still not there. If your life depended on this, I don't know. I think you're in trouble. And now you're gonna go, come on. Wow. After 5 minutes, the camera shut off. So I didn't get the last bit where I cut through, but here you can see that I actually did cut through. I kind of came in this way and came in that way. You probably can see here the webbing frays have compromised the cutting surface or the blade, so it makes it that much harder to try to cut through. Realistically, emergency situation, you need to cut the webbing on a seatbelt. First of all, for a healthy person, it's really difficult. And for a person with mobility issues that's typically going to buy this, it's unrealistic to think that they're going to cut through a seatbelt. So if you're buying it for the feature of cutting through the seatbelt, save your money. But for a handle, it's pretty good. Now the last part of the test is the sharp end going into a windshield, a window to try to get out. Now I'm not going to break my windshield to prove that I can do this. I have another test. We'll try to demonstrate how strong this is. Also, from a self-defense standpoint, as long as you're not pointing it towards you, the very fact that you're carrying something around like this, most people are going to avoid you and go to a softer target. You've made yourself a harder target when you're carrying something like this, because it looks wicked. It really does. And that carbon steel point, that's wicked. Lightweight, you probably could carry it around. Not bad at all, no matter what your situation is. But it's certainly specifically designed for getting in and out of cars. I'm going to get one shot at this. I was trying to come up with ways to simulate a windshield or glass, and then I was thinking, you know, I could also prove that this is a tough, almost self-defense weapon. Not that I'm encouraging anyone to go out and get it as a self-defense weapon, but just to generally demonstrate how tough this is, the carbon steel point, against a milk jug filled with ice, basically a frozen milk jug of ice. Let's try this out and see how we go. Okay, so it's beating the heck out of that milk jug. It's going in deep. I have absolutely no doubt that this would break a windshield, glass, whatever. Unlike the seatbelt option, I think this is a viable option to break a window. How many times are you going to break a side window or windshield? Don't know. Is it the reason to get this? I think still the only reason to get it is to use it as the handle to try to get in and out of the car. So let's just really go medieval on this thing. Wow. I'm almost afraid to hit my hand. Really knocking this crazy. It's in deep. If you ever want to contain ice and keep it from cracking up, this is the way to do it. I'm gonna see if I can actually break this in half. Wow. So I've learned two things. One, a milk jug filled with water and frozen is pretty darn tough. And two, this guy is pretty darn tough. Will it break through a sidecar window and a windshield? Pretty confident it will be. Will it break through a giant chunk of ice? No. Is this thing rugged and tough? Yes. Could you use it to defend yourself? I think the evidence is here. Ice will fear you. Thumbs up and comments are always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in the evaluation of sports gear, mobility gear, home repairs, designs of all kinds, making and breaking stuff, I even do costumes, cosplay, and props. Check out my channel and please subscribe, because you never know what you're gonna see.